So, my opinion has changed a lot. So let's get right into it. I will say, this show cannot compete with other housewife shows concerning, just the drama and the talent overall. They're just not doing numbers like the other ladies. But I will say, they know how to take a group trip on this show. So we are in Rome. This is a beautiful location. Beautiful place. You can tell it's money. It's BH. Why wouldn't it, be a wealthy and glamorous trip? So we get to Rome, and I just want to say this concerning, Lisa Rinna and Erika Jayne's glam, because we see that Lisa Rinna is doing like this new thing with her hair. Erika's glam team is working on her as well, and giving her this wig. Listen, Rinna, Erika is not your friend. I'm sorry, mama. She is not your friend. Erika was in Roma looking sickening. Her expensive glam team had you looking like the bride of Chucky. Did you not pay for them? Now, I can understand if they got you looking like you work on Sunset Boulevard after 2 a.m. because you ain't paid them. If you did pay them and you are still serving bride of Chucky, Erika ain't your friend. Stay woke. Also, Rinna, I'm not a stan of anybody, right? But when Rinna came on this show, I thought that she was really good TV. I really, really did. And then she started to get to, I think where Rinna went wrong, like she just stopped doing it for me, or I just stopped liking her on this show. I think her decline started for me after the Kim fiasco and after Munchausen. Like after those didn't go well with the fan base, she essentially switched from being like Brandi Glanville to just like a mean girl. And listen, Brandi Glanville had her mean girl ways, right? But she was specifically on the show to spill tea. Like she was always spilling people's personal tea, whether it was true or, not, because now people who said that she was a liar is saying that she's the most honest person that they know. So I don't know. I don't know if Brandi is telling the truth or not. We will never know, right? But when she was on that show, she was the one exposing everybody. That's who Lisa Rinna was for a while. And then she turned to like this mean girl because there's just no reason for her to treat Denise like this. Like Rinna introduced Denise as her friend of 20 years. 20 years. And obviously Denise felt like they were friends for 20 years. But the way Rinna is treating her, I'm like, were you guys really friends? Or did you do a movie 20 years ago? Did you know each other 20 years ago? Because there's no way that you could be friends of 20 years. And this is how Lisa Rinna treats her friend of 20 years. I mean, I know that I call her die for a dollar Rinna, but I mean, you are diving really low for them dollars. If this is your friend of 20 years and this is how you're treating her, ma'am, I feel sorry for the karma that is coming your way. She's just not a nice person. On this show and off it, her Instagram is horrible. You cannot believe that a woman that is approaching 60 is so awful on social media. Maybe on Facebook, because my aunts are messy on Facebook. But Rinna is just cruel on Instagram. Just cruel. And Twitter too. Girl, I don't wish nothing bad upon you, right? But I think you're doing that to yourself. I think you are opening up a door to so much darkness by being so nasty and evil. Oh, Rinna, you gonna get your day. And it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be really sad because there's no way you can put all of this out and not receive any of it back. Real quick, let me discuss Dorit's fashions. I'm going to say this for the last time and I'm going to get it out my system because I feel like I say it I feel like I've said it almost every episode because it bothers me so much. I can go up for Dorit's fashions if I didn't think that her and her glam squad was on Instagram stealing looks from 16-year-old black girls from the hood. I swear. Everything that I've seen on Dorit, I've seen on smaller Instagram pages. You know what I mean? And they're normally like teenage black girls. And I feel like they're putting that aesthetic on her, trying to sell it as like, fly Beverly Hills. And I'm just like, I can't go up for it. I can't go up for it. The baby hairs took me out. I was just like, I'm done. Dorit, you could get away with it if you were Erika Jayne. And not saying that Erika Jayne can get away with cultural appropriation, right? But if I see Erika Jayne in Tim's, I would probably think that she dresses like that, right? Her whole identity gives me that until she was able to hook that big fish, which is her current husband, Erika was dating some dope boys. I just get that from her. I just get that all of her men before, you know, the big fish was dope boys and gangsters. She gives me that. She gives me that. I don't get that from Dorit. You never were that fashion girl up until 2 seasons ago. Dorit was dressing like she had just, you know, stepped off the pages of a Spiegel catalog. Now she's dressing like a Vibe cover model. Girl, when? When? That's why my ancestors was peeling off them little beads, them little pearls off your baby hair. They was like, you know, this not supposed to be here. I could go up for her, but I'm just like, I look at her fashions and I just side eye. I side eye real hard. So anyway, they have just arrived in Roma and they're having their first sit-down dinner. Denise and Garcelle have just come in from the airport. Something was up with their flights and they had just arrived and they are dressed like women who have just, you know, gotten off of a plane. The rest of the ladies are dressed like they are, you know, going to a nice dinner. And Dorit is dressed like Cardi B. What? The ladies are just, you know, talking and catching up. And then Garcelle starts to talk to the women about whether she should have both of her, you know, the men in her life at Thanksgiving. She was just like, my ex is going to be there because, you know, my kids want him to be there. But also I want, you know, my current boyfriend, Chocolate Michael, to come. This is what I was saying about Garcelle last episode. I was saying that I feel like she talks about blackness in a way that is unusual. I feel like her language is unusual in white spaces. I just have never seen black people be so open about community language. Like when she's calling her current boyfriend Chocolate Michael, I would never, I cringed because who she was talking to about Chocolate Michael. I had no problem with the conversation because you're talking to your girls about a situation with, you know, your ex and your current boo. That makes sense. You're going to talk to your girlfriend about those things, right? And then there was a moment that happened after that, right after that, that justified my cringe. Because while Garcelle was talking about Chocolate Michael, Kyle says, oh no, you shouldn't have Chocolate Michael. You shouldn't have Chocolate Michael come to Thanksgiving. That's going to be weird and awkward. See, Garcelle? This is why you only use certain language within the community. You got Kyle, who is uncomfortable around you because she has not had relationships with people of color outside of service work. So she's uncomfortable with buddying up to you. That's why you're feeling that she doesn't recognize you or that she doesn't want to get close to you, because she's uncomfortable. This is the first time that Kyle has ever had a black girlfriend in her friends group. That's what you're getting. The uncomfortableness that Kyle has being around you. And I'm not saying that she's uncomfortable because she doesn't like black people or that she's racist. I'm saying that she's uncomfortable because she doesn't know what to do or say, because she's never been in an equal playing field with a person of color. So she's very guarded, she's very watchful, and she doesn't really know how to take you in because this is new for her. Like, she can only talk to you about ethnic stuff because of her man. So that's where she is able to bond with you. She's not able to bond with you woman to woman. She can bond with you through her ethnic husband because that's how she sees you and that man. Let's tell the truth and what? Shame the devil. You can marry and have kids with people who you think are inferior. It is what it is. It happens all the time. Hello. So that's what Garcelle is feeling. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. She's not comfortable with her. You got Kyle calling your current boo Chocolate Michael. How in the hell? Because it didn't bother you. But how in the hell you think that man would feel if she said, what's up, Chocolate Michael? That was my issue. My cringe was justified when Kyle called that man Chocolate Michael. And Kyle wasn't wrong, right? Because that is how Garcelle introduced him to the group. So you can't get mad at her when she starts calling him Chocolate Michael or talking about Chocolate Michael in circles that you were not in conversations that you were not in, because you volunteered that language to her and did not give any disclaimers. For me, if I'm talking about a subject that I know is like sensitive and I know that, you know, could go a certain way, like even last week, I said, just my people, answer this question. I said, if you are not black, don't get into this because it's going to be messy. This is not your place. You know, I give disclaimers. You're sitting over here calling this man Chocolate Michael, and I'm telling you right now, if she ever meets him and calls him Chocolate Michael, he gonna feel some way. He might not say it to you on camera, but in that car ride home, he gonna be like, who the hell is Chocolate Michael? Why was that white woman calling me Chocolate Michael? Did she think I'm a servant? Like, it goes somewhere. So you just have to be responsible with your language when you are not in the presence of family. Welcome to America. Now that I have put Nikki Luther King to rest, let's get back to the mess. I don't want to be petty, but I will be. Have you noticed that Kyle has been wearing pink a lot this season? A lot. In her confessionals and scenes, Kyle was never a pink girl. Now all of a sudden, pink is her color. Ooh, Lisa, I just need you to come back. You don't have to come back for the full season. You can come back in the final episode. Do you know what I mean? Just the final episode and be the one to put the final nail in Kyle's coffin. Not that I want that broad dead, but what she did to Denise, her and Teddy, who I cannot believe that you were this pregnant and this messy. You are carrying a freaking miracle in your body and you have time to tear down another woman? Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. A lot of women on this show, like half the cast, y'all got a lot of karma coming your way. And then the next night they have the dinner, the Bravo dinner at the hotel. Everybody's overdressed but Garcelle and Denise. Oh gosh, I love them too. I really do. I like Denise and Garcelle. Although Dorit's fashions are problematic for me, I like her on this show. Who do I not want to come? I want Sutton to be full-time because the Sutton I was introduced to was not, you know, rubbed me the wrong way. I'm liking this Sutton now. I'm hoping that she can convince that raggedy husband to allow her children to film on the show so that she could be a full-time housewife, because I like what I'm seeing thus far. I don't want Teddy or Kyle to come back, or Rinna. I'll deal with Erika Jane because I feel like she's being poisoned by the Mean Girl group. Like, I feel like she is, and it's sad because I thought of her as more of a leader and less of a follower. But, you know, that husband is having some financial issues, so she's trying to hold on to this check. So if she got to fall in line under Kyle, she will fall in line. So I think that's what's happening there. But Kyle, Rinna, and Teddy need to be recast. They just do. They, like Ramona Singer said, they cheapen the brand. They're just taking this show to a really dark and ugly place. The housewife shows are supposed to be fun. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be fun pop culture moments with, you know, some drama, you know, mixed in between. But we really watch these shows to have a laugh and a good time. Kyle, Teddy, and Rinna are making it so dark and uncomfortable. So anyway, the ladies are at this dinner, and then Sutton, rightfully so, although I wish she would have, you know, pulled Garcelle aside and had a one-on-one conversation with her, because when Garcelle asked her about her money, it was a one-on-one with them together. So Sutton bringing it up in front of the other women and at the table, I felt was rude because nobody knew about this issue. So you volunteered information that they did not need. That was my only issue with that. But Sutton was right to tell her that she did not like the fact that she asked her about money. She put her on the spot and she thought it was rude. Sutton does this thing where she goes from like being this like, you know, 1% lady, this classy 1% lady. Like, she has like several personalities, 3 to be exact. She has like, the upper crust woman. Then she has, well, I'm from Savannah, Georgia. That Sutton, real Sutton pops out. And then she has this like bratty 13-year-old like kid kind of personality, because when she's talking to Garcelle, she's just like, and I thought it was really rude. I'm like, what is going same thing to Teddy, because her and Teddy got into it later on, and she was like, don't talk to me like that. I'm like, how many people are living in that little body? So anyway, Garcelle and Sutton squashed their beef. I loved it. It was mature. You know what I mean? It was two grown women who had a conversation. I didn't like that. I apologize. Bam, boom, we good. Move on. That's what I like to see. But then that very adult and mature moment is thrown in the trash because Garcelle, messy. You was being messy, Garcelle. Garcelle says, because you knew there were some issues. Garcelle says, I'm glad that we got that cleared up. So are there any other issues at the table? Of course there's issues at the table. So Teddy, pregnant Teddy, carrying a miracle in your body. Not many women can do what you are doing right now with your body. And you are cheapening God's work with this mess. So she, basically tells Denise that she feels uncomfortable and she has anxiety because she's holding in something. And Denise is just like, well, what is it? Like, what are you holding in? Like, just say it. Garcelle, good girlfriend. She looks at Denise and she's just like, because Teddy is like, it's really bad. I don't want to say it. And Kyle is like, yeah, it's really bad. You shouldn't say it. But say it. Destroy her. So Denise is like, I just want to know, like, what did Brandy say? Like, just tell it. Like, what is going on? Like, I'm tired of this. Like, what is being said? And good girlfriend Garcelle is like, it's bad. She said it was bad. Do you really want her to say it? She's basically telling Denise, like, listen, this is on camera. So if she says it, it's going to be on camera. So are you sure that you want her to say it? Like, protecting her friend, like, child, you sure, girl? You sure? And Denise is like, yeah, just say it. Just say it. So then Teddy says, oh, well, Brandy said that you two had sex. I said that I changed my opinion, and I only changed my opinion of this tryst, this entanglement between Brandy and Denise because of your reaction, Denise. When Teddy said that you slept with Brandy Glanville, your reaction, mama, you were busted. You were so busted. You were like, what? What? Like, that's, no way. Me? I would never. Oh, you did it. You did it. And you did it hard. And you did it multiple times. Oh, girl, you could do better. Randy? No shade, but girl, you could have got an A-lister to bust it open for you. You are Denise Richards. So I'm disappointed. Maybe I just didn't want to believe it. Denise. Brandy Glanville? Okay, girl. So Denise denies it. Nobody believes it. So while Denise is denying it, everybody at the table is like, oh, girl, like, what the hell is going on? It starts to settle in that Teddy has now mentioned on TV that Denise allegedly has sex with Brandy Glanville. So when that settles in for Denise, she goes, bravo, bravo, bravo. I don't want to talk about this. And she starts crying about Aaron. And so while she keeps on throwing out bravo, Dorit, we can see you, Dorit. You're on camera. Dorit goes, honey, you got to stop saying it. And I feel so bad for Denise because, Kyle, you are really, this is so evil. This is so evil. And I really did not want to believe that you were behind getting rid of Lisa Vanderpump. This is the thing. You would have not been exposed if you would not have played your cards so quickly. You enacted the same war plan against Denise that you did to Lisa Vanderpump. It's the same thing. You never switched it up. You never changed it. You never changed the participants. It's always you and Teddy. You didn't go with Dorit. You used the same plan, the same exact plan on a different person. It's so obvious now that it's you. It's so obvious now that you and Teddy, you were the mastermind, and that Teddy was the lapdog who did your bidding to help you get rid of Lisa Vanderpump, and you wanted to get rid of Dorit too. You wanted a 2-for-1. That's what you wanted, but Dorit hung around. It's just disappointing because I thought you were better than that. I really, really did. I thought you were better than that. But to see how this plays out again, it's ugly. It's really, really ugly. Like, we want you guys to be on the show and just have a good time, have your little, drama or whatever. But when you get to the point of being so vile that you are masterminding plans to bully women off the show or have them fired from the show, it's not enjoyable to watch. Like, we want to just watch the show to escape and not really have to think or do anything, right? You are giving the audience emotions that we watch this show to get away from. This whole mess was just so unnecessary. It was just really ugly. It didn't look good on you and it didn't look good on Teddy. So Denise, who has been trying to do an image makeover this entire season, is now dealing with the fact that her sexual history is now, being brought up on this show. So she is just like very emotional, and then she starts crying about Aaron. Thankfully, Sutton chimes in and she's just like, well, Teddy, basically asking Teddy, like, why would you even say this? Like, how does it affect you? Like, what are you mad about? Like, why did you even need to bring this up? And then we go to the confessional and Sutton was just like, yeah, I've heard that Denise had sex with Brandy, but I've never brought it up because it's none of my business. She needs to be full-time. She needs to be full-time. I'm liking Sutton, and I cannot believe that I'm here with her because y'all know we had a rough start, but I'm liking her for this show. So after Sutton says that, the tide has changed now. This went from everybody wanting to hear what, Teddy had to say to now Sutton saying, like, why would you say that to her? Like, why would you even bring that up to all of us? This is none of our business, right? So now that Teddy sees that, she sees that this isn't going the way that she thought it was going to go, and that Kyle is hella silent and it's all on her. She starts to bring up her pregnancy as a way to get out of it and saying, oh, I just had a lot of anxiety. And Kyle is like, yeah, she was really sick and, she didn't feel good. And Dorit is like, you don't got to speak for her. Let her say what she has to say. Because I think Dorit caught that Kyle was trying to help Teddy cover up this mess because they realized that this whole plan was not going according to their plan. Now this secret was out there and now everything was unraveling and it just wasn't going the right way. I do real quickly want to talk about, and this happens a lot on these housewife shows and it's never called out. These women on all these housewife shows have been extremely homophobic, and it's never like really called out and addressed. Like, they move on so quickly from it because this secret that has come out about Denise and Brandy. Kyle and Teddy know exactly what they're doing. Not only are they saying that Denise had an extramarital affair, they're also saying that Denise had sex with a woman. So they're using her bisexuality as a weapon against her. And the women do it all the time. Like, not just this show, all of these housewife shows, like when they try to allude to somebody being gay, that's not a big deal, right? But they make it so salacious because they understand homophobia. And they also understand homophobia in those wealthy circles. I already had an issue with Kyle and Teddy being messy, but my biggest issue was that they were playing in her marriage. Because if, Denise, you did, sis, but we'll say if Denise did have sex with Brandy and her husband didn't know, they put that out there. So you're now messing in a marriage, right? But, and let's tell the truth and shame the devil, you're also trying to shame and ostracize her for having sex with someone from her same sex. But you're not saying that. And if it comes up, y'all deny it. But you're throwing it out there like, ooh, oh my goodness, she had sex with Denise. Like, we see what you're doing. And that's probably why you're going to lose your check. Now, see, Teddy, you messing around being Kyle's lapdog, and you're going to mess around and lose this check that you're going to need. Because I do not understand how you are so worried about Denise and what she does with her vagina in her home when you should be worried about that husband and that bogus security system. Because, baby, something going on with that. Something is going on with that. You're going to need that check. You're going to need that check to put some money on his books, and you're going to need that check to pay for that home. It seems like your daddy is not helping you out financially. You didn't already mention that when you came on the show. I don't know what's going on with y'all Mellencamp. Did he cut you off? A lot of them celebrities do that. They die and they leave everything to a damn dog center. I will leave $8.5 million to Paw Patrol. They do it all the time. Rich people, I'm telling you, you guys don't want to be wealthy. You don't want to be wealthy. You are happy being middle class. So after this obvious takedown, the ladies in dinner and they go on about their merry way. It seems like Denise is going to stay around because when she was walking out with Dorit, Dorit was like, you got to stop saying like the bravo, bravo, bravo thing. And she was just like, no, I don't want them to air that. And Dorit was like, I think they're going to air it. That's what we heard, you know, on their mics. And here's what I want to say about Kyle trying to act like you set this whole thing up. Ooh, girl. When it's your turn, you better hope that people forget about how you treated them when you were trying to tear them down. Anyway, Kyle in her confessional is just like, oh, well, Denise is doing the bravo, bravo thing because she doesn't want the show to show who she really is. She's doing all of that so that she can control the edit. You do the same thing. Can't nobody say nothing about your marriage. Can't nobody say nothing about your financial issues. You do the same thing. And let's be clear. Denise said that you told her about the bravo, bravo, bravo. She wouldn't know about it had it not been for you. How long have you been setting up this takedown, Kyle? How long? How long? You spending so much time trying to take down Denise, and you gonna take down your own damn self, because this is what I want to talk about. I talked about it a bit last episode, and I said I need to do a bit more research before I talk about it in this episode, in this review. What I want to talk about is, I didn't have this information prior to watching the show. When I watched the show, something about this Brandy, Kyle, and what's that name? I was gonna call her Sean. Kim and Teddy scene just did not seem real to me. Something was off. It felt like it was in a different time. That's what it felt like to me. Like things looked different. People looked different. The camera work was different. I felt like this scene was shot during COVID. It just looked very different. It did not match up to the way the rest of the season had been filmed and edited. It seemed off. It seemed fake. It seemed forced. It seemed overly produced, and I was right. How I felt in that moment, we all felt it. Everybody watching this scene was like, something is off here. The reason how I know that everybody felt that way is because everybody started talking about it, right? People were talking about it on Twitter. People were talking about it on Reddit. So there are like Bravo super fans. So a couple of Bravo super fans have, you know, put together what they think has happened, and I tend to believe it. What we have all come to believe is that this scene was filmed after they came back from Rome. The scene with Kim, you know, revealing that Brandy is in a car and all of this stuff. Brandy had the same hair, the same makeup, the same weed ponytail in the picture that was taken after the Rome trip. So people were able to piece together that this whole scene about Brandy revealing the thing about Denise did not happen until they got back from Rome. So Kyle and Teddy had already set up this takedown of Denise. They already set up this story that Brandy and Denise had a tryst before they ever shot that scene with Brandy in the car and Kyle bringing her in for her birthday. So that was confirmed on Instagram because Brandy posted a picture, which is why production does not allow you, if you are going to be on the show, they do not allow you to post pictures. You have to be off of all your social media. You can talk to your family and friends or whatever, but you can't reveal what's happening during the season because of stuff like this. Because Brandy got real sloppy with her postings. Now we have a timestamp on when this scene was filmed, and it was filmed after the ladies got back from Rome. So if you haven't even talked to Brandy about her tryst with Denise, how are you, Teddy, having all this anxiety about holding this secret in if you never even spoke to the broad? I can't believe that you are this vile and with child. Damn shame. Damn shame. You can't win when you play dirty, ladies. You can't win when you play dirty. This episode ends with Denise being completely unaware that she is the target of a takedown. I think it's going to take a couple more episodes of her being completely oblivious to her finally getting it. And then we'll get the episode where she makes that the Grinch You So Christmas face, and I guess she's going to start spilling tea on everybody. And you know what, Denise, you got to at this point. One of you mentioned that you think that she is, you know, rebranding herself because, you know, the custody battle, or she's back in court with Charlie or whatever. So one of you said that you think that who she presented on the first season is who she is, but because she's back in the courts over her kids, she's trying to rebrand herself or show herself as this clean-cut housewife so that she can have favor with the judge. That may be true because she has done a complete 180, but I think that after she gets out the courts, and I hope it's ruled in her favor because, come on, Judge, you can't give them kids to Charlie. But after this is all over, Denise, I need you to come back, because I think she signed on for 3 seasons, and she has been saying she has no problem with the show. She would love to film again. So I'm hoping that, man, when you come back, you got a glam team, and you got your guns locked and loaded. Mama, you need to come prepare for war. Teddy and Kyle came for your livelihood, honey. You got to come back next season, guns blazing. You have to be ready for war. I hope that you and Garcelle, because it seems like after that reunion, people have started to click up, and it seems like you, Garcelle, and Sutton are the girls on the outside. Y'all need to come together, and y'all need to take that click on. That's what y'all need to do. That'll be some good TV. That is something we want to see. And that is all I had to say about this episode. What did you guys think about this episode? Let's talk about it in the comments section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you, if not Thursday evening, Friday afternoon, for the following episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Love you guys. Bye.